Warning!
You're watching Dr. Todd Lee TV, where theoretically you could learn a bunch of cool shit.
Well, hello there. So this is my day in the life of me. You'll get to see a full day of eating. I've already done my morning medicine and I hit my inhaler, and now I'm doing my fasted cardio. I haven't done my vacuums yet. Normally I do those before this, but I'm saving them for you. Then we have a meal, and then we have posing with my posing coach, Grassfed. And after that, probably have another meal. Normally my massage therapist, Becky, comes at 12, and then my nurse, Ray, comes at 1:30 to do my IV with glutathione, but Becky's coming later today. We're not sure when that's gonna be, but it'll happen. So you'll get to see what I do during the day. As you can see, I have it set up. I'm doing my cardio with my TV like a theater. Have the blackout curtains so that it's dark like a theater. I've got more lights on right now than I normally would. I'm watching The Offer, the story of how The Godfather was made, because my buddy Kai is big into film, and I thought it'd be something cool to do because he might come over later and hang out. And you'll get to see me make some meals. Now today is my medium day, which is what you might call a high day. And it is pretty much normally 4 identical meals, because the rest of the week on my low day, I eat pretty much 3 identical meals and 1 slightly different one. So on a regular day, I have tuna on rice cakes 3 times, and then I have just chicken tenderloins with vegetables for the last meal. Today is gonna be panko gluten-free breaded chicken tenderloins and rice with peas and carrots mixed in. And you'll see how I make that. That's it, it's 4 of those meals. Now today, because you're here, I might have the tuna on rice cakes as one of the meals, so you can see how I make my tuna. You'll be surprised how many ingredients I put into the tuna to make it so good that something as boring as tuna and rice cakes, I can make really fucking good. Something as boring as chicken and rice, I have so many different ways of making that. I could have it 4 times in a day and it's completely different every time, depending on the marinade you use, if you barbecue it, or if you barbecue it, or if you cook in the air fryer. Some of you might think it's some pedestrian shit, but everyone who's ever had my cooking, even if they're someone who's a fatty bombaddy, as Tim Dillon would say, can't believe how good it tastes. Because if you tell someone, oh, it's healthy, they're like, they don't want to eat, like, ew, it's healthy, it's gonna taste like shit. And then they have it, like, wow, this tastes amazing. But if you don't even tell them it's healthy, you just give them food, they'll be like, wow, this is amazing. And then you're like, and it only has 0 grams of fat. Then they think now it tastes worse to them. That they actually think that excess calories equals flavor, rather than just simply the skill of preparing a meal is what directly proportional to flavor. Anyway, someone's like, that's not true. You definitely think you eat better with carbs and fat. It's like, yeah, there's a certain minimum amount of carbs and fat that need to be in every meal to make it good, but it doesn't need to be a lot. So come with me if you want to lift. And today we're not lifting because that's all you ever see is lifting videos. Or of course, everyone's fucking favorites, videos about steroids, even though there's nothing to it. There's absolutely nothing to steroids. Unless you're a professional bodybuilder, all anyone ever has to do is an HRT dose of test, as much GH as their body can handle before their knuckles hurt, and maybe a third compound, and you choose the compound based off of which of your organ systems is the least fragile, and then you leverage that one. So if your liver is really strong, you use DHB, or if you have really low ApoB, you could use Masteron, and then those are the 2 most pure anabolic compounds that have no other negative effects or side effect. Side effects aren't necessarily adverse effects. They're just side effects. Like a side effect of testosterone is that it increases collagen synthesis. That's a good thing. Some side effects are good. Anyway, that's enough about steroids. I don't want to talk about steroids. I'm sick of talking about steroids. So this is me doing my fasted cardio. As you can see, it's not particularly hard. It's not supposed to be because it's fasted. I've already used all the stuff that I would cover in the advanced fat loss stack video. All right, so I'm gonna go back to my show, have a seat, and watch some of the offer with me. I only bread one side of it because if you bread both sides, the side that's on the bottom just comes off in the air fryer. I never clean my air fryer because a lot of the junk at the bottom gets stuck to food and it tastes delicious that way. This is how I have it arranged in there. I'm gonna put this away so it doesn't get wet. I don't use the range, so that's usually a staging area. That's about 3 grams of fat. I've actually weighed it out before. This garlic. This is black pepper. I do 4 pinches and then it scatters down that way. If you try to go direct, it's going to be uneven. It's going to make it taste too strong with some bites and not enough with others. I think flavors have to be consistent, so every time you have a food, it's the exact same. That's something the market research worked for, like McDonald's. That's onion, salt. There, that should be about 2,000 milligrams of salt, which would be about 800 milligrams of sodium. Here's some parsley. Actually, you know what? I almost forgot the best ingredient. So I use the sugar-free Thai chili wing sauce. There are a lot of Jihu's sauce. This is by far the best one with this dish. So I do about 10 grams each breast, or each tenderloin. And now, you're like, but Todd, you're not weighing it. When you make something for years, you get the hang of it. And I estimate this will be 240 grams cooked. Now the parsley. If you use too much, it tastes like seaweed. If you don't use enough, you're screwing yourself because parsley really changes it. I got that trick from Evan Sonapani using parsley. Oops. This tray needs to go somewhere else. All right. So, depending on how clean the air fryer is, you have to use more or less. I'm gonna do 11 minutes right now. All right, I have 4 chicken strips left, which is enough for Kai. So I'm gonna defrost another bag of chicken. All right, the way I do that, I normally use my scissors, but I can't get to them right now. There, open this up, leave it in the bag, put hot water in it. That went way more messy than it's supposed to be. It's because you're watching. There you go. So that'll defrost in about 20 minutes. I might have to change the water, put hot water in again. So now it's vacuum time. Hopefully I don't turn this mic off. I've got 11 minutes. Oh, I have to put the veggies in. I do 1 bag of Walmart peas and carrots, back up 6.5 minutes. Now my vacuums. It's easier when it's on an empty stomach. You got 4 minutes left on the chicken, a minute and a half left on the rice, or not rice, on the veggies. I need to get my plate out. I haven't had a medium day in a week, so I haven't had my favorite meal in a week. And the irony is, I'd rather have this than anything. It's been so long since I've had any restaurant food. I don't crave any variety thanks to Retatrutide. I just want my normal life. Terrence is probably one of the only people I watch when it comes to like when he's in the kitchen, because he's a very contemplative guy. I used to watch C-Bum a lot too, but C-Bum's style of his videos became too avant-garde for me. There was this one time where Calvin was recording ice melting, and I'm like, I'm done. I just want to watch him lift some weights, man. Why am I watching ice melt? It's, you know, it's like film, and it's like, that's great, but I'm not a film student, so I don't, it's like guitar work. You know, like, I like really technical death metal, and like Kai likes more of the slam deathcore, but like, I know that the major super technical guitar work would be boring for almost anybody. So for example, Distant is more slam deathcore, whereas I'd say Spire of Lazarus is the polar opposite on the spectrum, where it's super, super technical deathcore, with like Lorna Shore being a perfect balance in the middle, or Shadow of Intent. Let's see here, listeners. So that's 62. 72. I should have used a smaller spoon. There you go, 87, close enough. So that's 65 carbs right there. Now the rice, I didn't make fresh rice because I just made that yesterday for my buddy Brad. So it's gonna be close enough. Normally I'd only eat fresh rice. I would never eat reheated rice. But I figure with Kai here, he's gonna be eating 2 after my meals. So we're gonna tear through this. And the rice isn't even 18 hours old. I mean, it's pretty fresh. And if it tastes like shit, I won't have him eat it. I'll make fresh rice for him. Got 30 seconds on that, 5 seconds on that. I'm gonna run and pee while I got 25 seconds. Perfect. I hate the sound of that. I hate the petulant microwave. It could beep every 2 minutes. It doesn't need to beep every minute. Like mom, 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 shut up. You know, like, all right, microwave, I got it. The food's in there. Shut the fuck up. Perfect. I normally would use another blade, not my finger. Actually, excuse me. I hate breaking the breading. Breaking the breading pisses me off. Go in through there. Boom. Somebody was like, he's too anal, blah, blah, blah. It's just like, you know what? If most people, they cheat on their diet and they eat out because they're miserable when they eat their diet because they suck as cooks. And the smell and the plating is a factor subconsciously. If it wasn't, you'd be eating off of paper plates in restaurants. These little crispy things are so good. That's why I like it nice and dirty. Same thing with my grill. My grill's filthy, so that when you grill stuff on it, there's grill marks on the meat that actually taste different than the air fryer. Otherwise, there's no cognitive difference, and you don't feel like you actually had a different meal. Because if you really ate the same thing several times a day for months, that's when people are like, I need some variety. That's whenever you have a client that's like, I need to have some variety in my diet. That almost only women say that. And I always say, like, do you have a husband? They're like, yeah. I was like, do you sleep with the same dude every day? And they're like, yeah. I'm like, then you can eat the same fucking food every day. And we might have underdone it with the sauce, but we'll see. I don't like breaking the breading. So I like using ultra sharp scissors. People are like, why you cut your meat with scissors? What's wrong with you? It's like if you use a knife, it's going to drag and it's going to break the breading off, 1. 2, in surgery, you only use scissors. You don't use knives. The scalpel is just made for the skin incision. That's why that's what you see in movies. That you use an electrocardio to cut or to cauterize, and use scissors for other forms of dissection. All right. So we get a little bit of rice, some peas on this fork. Pick it up. You can see my hand shakes from Clen, not excitement. Came out pretty good. I should use a little bit more of the Thai chili sauce. So the fresh rice is butter. So for Kai's, I'll make him fresh rice. And then we'll have fresh rice the rest of the day. But this is still delicious. We're gonna get the Melinda's Sweet Thai chili sauce. If I use the winged sauce after it's cooked, it's not baked on, it's not gonna be right. This is a better one to repair. Oops, there's 1 drop. And this piece is too big to treat it like a spoon. A lot of people like to go out to eat. I find that ruins the meal because the other person is talking, which is fine. I can listen to someone talk and tell me about what they're going through or some shit. But when they want to ask you questions, like, what about this? What about that? What about this? Why about this? It's a fucking nightmare because you can't eat and talk at the same time. And if you try, you run the risk of biting yourself. And then if you bite yourself, now it's going to ruin your ability to eat. It's so stressful when people are talking to you when you're eating. I don't even like it when the waitress comes by and asks if your meal's going okay. I'm just like, I usually wear headphones so that they don't talk to me. But luckily I'm in prep, so I don't eat out. But in the off season, there's certain go-to meals I'll have that are very standardized. And on certain days, like often I'll get sushi for meal 1 or pad see ew, white oil, double pork, post-workout. If I train at Northville, there's a really good Thai place there. I always think it's so weird when I see these other guys, they're having like cream of rice with protein powder, and that's their meal. I'm like, there's no way, like, well, they just really, maybe it's a pre-workout or a post-workout, but that is not filling at all. You're gonna be starving if you eat that. In 2020, in 2021, I just drink all my meals. I put chicken and rice in a blender and just mix it up and throw in 1 scoop of protein powder. And I would just eat that, drink that, and I'd have like that 4 times a day. I didn't eat any food. And I started getting cavities, believe it or not. That the act of chewing scrubs the teeth in a certain way. There's pockets between the gums and the teeth. And if you don't have food going in to push out the food that's there, it just collects there and bacteria grows inside your face. Plus, all the water actually stretched out my waist. You're not supposed to drink water, but I only had like this much left in this. When you're eating, you're not supposed to drink water because then you get bloated and it stretches out your stomach. Makes it harder to digest the food. Well, I think I would enjoy this more if I waited and had the rest of it later. I'm pretty full right now. I think instead of me forcing it down, I'm gonna go make Kai's food and then I'm gonna let it settle. And then I'll probably eat the rest of that when he's eating his food. So back to the bat cave. I realized I gave mixed signals because I said I don't like talking and eating, and I was talking and eating. I think it's because when I'm able to chew and then talk, but if you're talking to someone else, you're expected to prioritize responding to them over chewing. But you're not supposed to talk with your mouth full. It's mixed signals. Making good time. I like to be done eating at least a half an hour, if not an hour, before posing practice. Otherwise, posing's a nightmare because you're burping and you can't vacuum. Got to rinse the rice, of course. Minimal of starch left. If you want to take the time to make sure no starch is left, you can do that. I'm sure they do that at like 5-star restaurants. So for jasmine rice, I'm doing a 1-to-1. I'm gonna go a little bit more actually. It's been a little dry lately. So 2 cups of rice, 2 cups of water, put in maybe another 1/8 of a cup. Now, this is where the magic happens. I got Celtic sea salt for the rice. For 2 cups, I'm going to use about 16 to 20 grams of salt. Perfect. 20 grams would be 8 grams of sodium. Stir that in. You can't use too much oil. You have to use a tiny amount of oil so the rice isn't sticky, otherwise it gets stuck in your throat. But you have to use some, but you shouldn't use too much. So it's 6 grams for 2 cups is the perfect amount I found. What the fuck? That was not 19 grams. That was 4 grams. Well, now it's 6 grams. Whatever, man. Fuck you. Fucking hell. You need a battery? No, there's a fucking carrot. All right, so I only put in like 2 grams. There. There 3 more. We're done. We're gonna err on the side of caution, because if you put in too much oil, you're fucked. The rice is not, every single grain is independent of each other. There's no cohesion at all to the rice. 10 grams is usually way too much. And we want the turmeric to stick. The turmeric makes it yellow. Now saffron's better, but saffron's $100 an ounce. And there's no flavor per se to the turmeric, but you definitely notice when it's not there, kind of like the parsley. If there's no parsley on it, you can tell there's something wrong. But if you put in too much, then it tastes like plant. That takes about 20, 25 minutes. We'll see. Never timed it. It's 9:55. I expect that'll be done by 10:20. So I'm gonna do my foam rolling now while I wait for that rice to finish. Actually, I'm gonna prepare water. So I preload my shaker cups with water and baking soda. Why the baking soda? Because the baking soda is kind of like a disinfectant, and it also gives it it's almost like, I say pop because I'm from Michigan, but people in California would call it soda. So it's like a carbonated beverage because the sodium bicarbonate has sodium, so I don't have to add salt to it. And bicarbonate is carbonated, so now it's like a strawberry watermelon carbonated beverage. And the salt prevents you from getting the heartburn like normal water gives you. It also helps you retain the water in your body. So as you notice, I put 2 grams of salt on the chicken, 8 grams of salt in the rice. No, I'm sorry. There is 2 grams of salt, 20 grams of salt, and they're going to be 3 more meals. So that's be 2 times 3 is 6. 6 plus, I usually eat about half that much rice by the end of the, 2/3 of it. So I'll probably have 15. 15 plus 8 is 23 grams of salt. 23 grams of salt comes out to be about 9 grams of sodium for the day. Plus there's sodium in every one of my waters. And it's delicious. It's basically, you made your own soda or pop, and you can make it whatever flavor you want, and you can make it just as salty if you want to add extra salt, or just as carbonated if you want to put an extra sodium bicarbonate. I don't know why anyone would actually buy soft drinks, especially regular Coke. Well, now it's time for the foam rolling. I've got my foam roller, and I've got what I call my thermal detonator. So the thermal detonator is a massage thing. It actually vibrates. I call it a thermal detonator because of Return of the Jedi. We're not going to use that just yet. All right. My lat. Here it is. I found the spot on my lat that's extremely important for releasing my lat. It's so boring to watch this, I'm sure the audience will want to come. Yesterday, so I'm still dehydrated. I haven't really had much water today, so this is way more painful than it needs to be. I'm gonna abort mission on these legs, but I am gonna try to pre-soften them up before Becky comes at 6:30. The advantage of her coming so late today is that I'll be way more hydrated when she comes, and I'll have had the IV before she gets here. Usually when she does the massage first and opens up all the tissue, it absorbs all the water, and my veins collapse. Then Ray has a hard time getting a vein. But this time I'll be so hydrated when she gets here, it'll be a much less painful experience. The long-term goal was for Becky to master doing the IV. Since she is also a nurse, but she's out of practice because, of course, she makes more money as a massage therapist than as a nurse. I try to give myself an IV, but I can't because you have to use two arms pretty much to do it. And unless I'm doing my leg, I can't really do it. And I don't know how I guess I'd have to do it like this. Like this. And then thread it through like this on my calf. That's probably how I could give myself an IV. But then the tubes come in this way. It's going to be a shit show. Normally they have to just do my calf because my calf's way easier to get a vein when I'm collapsed. If you go to LabCorp, those phlebotomists aren't, I guess, licensed to do legs. They're only licensed to do arms. And oh my God, dude. This country is so fucking weird with their rules. I think Australia is the only country in the world with more fucking rules than America. Like, how fucking dumb is that? Like, you could do the veins in the arm, but not the leg. It's like, why? All right, so what I did different for Kai's is I used more garlic, more onion, more of the sauce, and less of the salt. So I made adjustments based off of how mine came out. I usually go too heavy on the garlic, too heavy on the onion, too heavy on the sauce, too heavy on everything. So I made mine moderate, and it wasn't enough. Kai loves how I make it normally, so I went 75% as hard rather than 50% as hard. So I used about 50% more flavor than I did with mine. And the rice will be done before that, because I think the rice is 7 minutes left. We'll see how accurate I am with my assessment. All right, so what I did is my rice was gross. So I took my chicken off the plate, put a little bit more sauce on it, and I'm gonna stick it in the microwave for 30 seconds. I also took my rice. I weighed what was left after I took the chicken off the plate. It was 137 grams. Now I had used 150 grams of rice and 85 grams of peas and carrots. So I'm gonna estimate that it's 100 grams of rice and 37 grams of peas and carrots, just because it's simple. I could use a calculator and make sure it was perfect. But if it was 270 total, it would have been 180 and 90. So 85, be 170. It's pretty much a 33-66% situation. So what I got to do, I don't know if you can see from back there, is before we eat the rice, we have to fluff the rice, because otherwise what happens is, whoops, it's going to get stuck to the bottom. So this is very hot, so I have to do this. And what I do is I rotate it. And people are like, this dude's so anal, he has a system for fluffing rice. It's not so much that it's just you've been doing it that much for that many years. I've been doing this 17 years. I've mastered a lot of different techniques and abandoned a lot of different techniques for different things. And this is what I'm doing right now. If YouTube didn't ban my channel in 2018, you would have watched the cooking shows I did, 10 years ago. And they were funny because everyone complained my kitchen was so dirty. And I would just do shit like I'd crack an egg and just throw the shells at the wall and see if they stuck to it. I was just wild as fuck. My old cooking show was fucking awesome. New audiences are so sensitive, you can't have a sense of humor because they don't get humor. Like, I'm basically doing Tim Dillon comedy in a bodybuilding context, and nobody knows that because they don't watch Tim Dillon, so they don't know what funny is. All right, so they think I'm like Alex Jones. It's like, no, bitch, I'm like Tim Dillon. All right, so that's 158, that's too much. That's 127, that's too much. 119, that's too much. 100, all right, good. 100 on the dot. We're gonna add 37. It's too much. We'll put it in there. There you go. That's close enough. I always rinse out the bag of chicken before I throw it in the trash so that it doesn't stink up the place. Oh, there's another chicken strip in here. All right, so that's mine. We're gonna add this. This is gonna be in the way. Now, Kai, I don't know if he wants to have me do his ratios of peas and carrots and rice, or if he just wants to just grab whatever he wants. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put his chicken on the plate first, and then let him, this is mine, repaired. Oh, and I fucked it up by flipping it over. And it lost half of the sauce I put on it by flipping it over. All that work wasted with one mistake. All it takes is one mistake. I learned that from Vampire, that if you're like a vampire and you've been running a city for like a couple 100 years, and then one person does one thing that fucks up a plan you've had in place since the Truman administration, then you just would fucking snap and start ripping motherfuckers' throats out. This came out so good. I can tell already. Kai got hooked up. Here we go. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm going to, but if I'm gonna be a real chef here, I'm going to plate it for him. I'm not gonna make him plate it himself. Now this is for flavor. This would be the perfect ratio of rice to peas and carrots to chicken. And I got a little bit, I fucked up a little bit and got that there. But this is for him. I fucked up a little bit there and a little bit there, but overall that looks pretty good. All right, so we're just gonna eat our meal together and watch some of the offer. And we'll check in with you guys in a little bit. Hey buddy, how you doing?
Not too bad. Let's get you set up.
All right.
We'll get straight to it. All right, let's start with the front left. Let's get those quads a little bit sharper. Let's see. Now I know we can get more from the quads there. Reset real quickly. Let's run that a couple more times. Remind me really quickly, what are the cues that you're thinking of to get the quads to engage?
All right, big toe down, external rotation, bend knee, drive towards the pinky.
Let's go a little less on the knee bend. Imagine like you're not just driving towards the pinky, but also driving slightly forward. So it should be like a diagonal angle. All right?
Is that better?
Let's see. Drive. It's almost there. We're just missing that rectus femoris area. When you're doing this right now, where are you feeling most of the tension?
Lateral quad, knees,
Okay.
peroneus.
Imagine, so, because do this, straighten your legs out almost all the way.
Okay.
Not 100%, but like say 90. And let's see if that shifts the pressure a little more into that like rectum area. It's getting there. What are we missing here?
I did legs yesterday. I'm really flat right now. It's 181.7 today.
Do this. Let's go, instead of the majority of the pressure going outward into the pinkies, let's put the majority of the pressure forward, like as if you're trying to slide your foot in the direction of the toes.
Leg extension?
Think like almost like leg raise.
Okay.
That's getting there. Left leg
There you go.
firing.
Now I can feel it. Now I can feel it.
Give me a little more from the right quad. Now we're starting to get somewhere. Reset. Let's do that a couple times to get you used to that. What we're going to do is you're going to have more like leg raise feeling, and then we're going to use more of the external rotation to actually get and like you're going to use the external rotation in kind of in place of the pinky pressure.
All right, let's come up with an order, like a sequence. So big toe down, hips back.
Yep.
Leg raise,
Leg raise.
External rotation.
Yes.
1, 2, 3, 4. Okay.
Just like that. Yep.
Like it was an instrument or something. All right. So, pinky. Is that better?
Way better. Way better right there. Last thing I want you to do, bring your heels closer together, but keep the toes where they're at. Quarter turn to the right. Get that midsection a little tighter. And quarter turn. Shoulders a little lower, just a little bit. Right there. And quarter turn. Hold here. Give me a little more on the right open. Front double bicep.
Is that better or is this better?
Let me see the first one again.
That or this?
It's 6 1/2 dozen if you ask me on that part. I do want to get that left quad firing though. Straighten out the leg a little more. Good. Let's actually try shifting your hips just a little bit less to the left. Yeah, like a little more centered. Let's also take your right foot, step it back like an inch. Drop the heel down about halfway. A little lower with the heel. There. Now reset. Let's run that a couple more times. Let me see your side chest. Hold here. Back double. Just take one step to your right, just so I can get you centered in front. There we go. Pretty happy with this one. Give me a little more on the hamstrings. Good. Ab and thigh. Legs. Good. Twist out that right knee. Some rotation. Good. Give me a little more from the left quad as well. There it is. And then classic pose. Relax. All right, let me look at these real quickly.
Posing at night is way easier than posing in the morning.
Tends to be that way, I've noticed. I never liked doing a ton of posing in the morning. When I was in prep, I was always a nighttime poser as well.
It was so easy last night.
Probably just because you're not stiff, you know?
You're full of water, it's post-workout, so you're all limbered up. I figure you look better in the morning, so but practicing your endurance posing is way easier at night.
Mm-hmm. Got all your glycogen in you.
You don't have to squeeze as hard because you're full.
Go back to the quarter turn facing to your right.
That's my right, okay. How much obliques do you want? Do you want this or this?
I want more actual rectus abdominis here. Keep going, keep going. There. That's where you gotta hold that one. Let's do that like 2 more times. And relax 1 more time. And relax. Good. All right.
It seems when you say "and," my body already lets go because I think that's the signal.
That happens a few times. It's I try not to, but sometimes as I'm watching, I'm like mentally saying, and then I'm like, ah, shit, it happened. Let's play with your routine next.
Okay. You want the music?
Let's do your pre-judgment.
My 45? Okay.
Yes. Good on the leg there. Run that. Can I see your side tricep one more time? Just get that little bit extra activation on the midsection like we did in the side relax. It's almost there, a little less oblique crunch when you do it, all right? A little more rectus abdominis again. There it is. That's what I'm looking for. Let's do that 2 times just to get that part down. All right. A little more. There. One last time. A little more. Good, relax. All right. Catch your breath for a quick second.
The bronchitis is gone, but I went backwards by not doing it for 2 weeks.
Yeah, a little deconditioning is expected, but it'll come back way faster than you expect. All right. Play with your fondness routine. Grab the music.
Actually, the mic's on me. this, which is what we have been doing, and there's a dimple behind the right scapula,
Yeah.
and then there's that. Is the dimple gone?
To a certain extent. Pop your chest taller. Let me see what happens. Lean back from the lower back harder. And then turn out your knees a little more. Let's do that a couple more times. If you can make that happen, the key is just lean back extra hard as you do it. All right?
That better?
Let your elbows come back a little more. There.
Okay.
Reset one more time. Yeah, I'm happy with that.
Better than that?
Go back to what you were doing before. I like that one more.
Okay.
It gives you a little bit better shape.
All right.
Breathe for a second, and then we'll run that.
All right. I need to say that. So we're losing all the thickness to get rid of the dimple, rather than having all that thickness and the dimple's bigger on the right than the left.
By pulling when the elbows come back, I feel like we're keeping some of that thickness there.
Right.
While keeping everything else. It's kind of like the best of both worlds, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Thinking real quickly.
I mean, we hit
Everything the way we need to. So
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 specialty poses right out the gate.
Mm-hmm.
Then we're doing side chest, side tricep, rear lat, rear chest. Front lat. The only thing we don't have is front double bi and rear double bi.
What if we threw in the front double bicep right after the front lat?
That's what I was thinking too.
Yeah, I'm with that.
The
Honestly,
other option.
What if we actually took the rear lat and swapped it out for your rear double?
Because it's so much better, and the rear
I feel
lat's
like-
such a shit show.
Yeah.
Yep.
I feel like it just fits a little better, and then we can still go to the front lat spread because it's the same footwork. It just means that you drop your hands down to your waist, turn to the front, and hit the front lat spread. Try that actually for me real quickly.
Now the other thing is we still had time, so we could just throw in the extra 2 poses, and we'll be at 130.
We could do that. The question is, do we want to keep the lat spread in, or would you rather swap it? It's up to you.
So pretend I'm not here and you're talking to someone else. How shitty is the rear lat spread?
It's not terrible. It's not terrible.
It-
Alright?
it-
It's something that we could keep. It's something we could keep in if you really wanted to. Especially, you have to remember it's not scored, so it's something we could keep in if you really wanted to.
I don't want to showcase. I don't want to have any B tier poses
Then
in
I
my
would say
routine.
If that's the case, I would say let's switch it to your back double. All right.
Okay.
Because again, it's not terrible, but it's not A tier. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, but all it takes is for that shot to be the one that's used, and it's just people be flaming it.
True.
Like if we don't give them ammunition, they can't shoot me with it.
Then let's go with let's go with the back double.
A minute 10, so I can slow that shit down. We swapped out one pose, added in 2 poses. We can get right at the 90-second mark.
Yeah.
If I slow it all down.
Yeah, I like that right there. Let's keep that going. All right. Before we finish up here, can we really quickly run one conditioning round?
We can do 2 conditioning rounds.
Let's do it.
All right.
Starting your front relax. We're gonna go 12 seconds. 1, 2, 3. Right quad a little more. External rotation. 5, 6. Good. 7, 8, 9. Chest tall. 10, 11, 12. Quarter turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Core. 6, 7. Tightened up. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Quarter turn. 1. Legs. 2. Drive those knees out. 3, 4. Right there. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. A little more hamstrings. And quarter turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Midsection. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Let's take a look at your front double. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right quad. 5, 6. A little more leg extension. There we go. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Side chest. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Take a look at your back double. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Knees out. 8, 9, 10. A little more right hamstring. 11 and 12. Ab and thigh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Twist out the right knee. 9, 10, 11, 12. Classic pose. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. A little more vacuum. 9, 10, 11, 12. Relax. Give you 60 seconds. 40 seconds left. Keep breathing. About 20 seconds left here. All right, front relax again. One, two, right quad, 3. There it is. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and quarter turn. Blow out that midsection. 2, 3, a little more rotation. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, midsection again. 9, 10, hold that. 11 and 12. Re-relaxed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Lean back a little harder and quarter turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and front double. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and a little more back here. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Side twist. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Let's take a look at your ab and thigh. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 5, and 6. Relax. Classic pose. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold here. 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So what I want to do with this one, because I want to get to the point where we can control your breathing, because if you have to take that giant breath there when we're on stage, that obviously would give the judges a reason to give you a problem there. You're gonna hold it the full vacuum for about 3 seconds, and then you're gonna inhale about halfway to give yourself some air.
Okay.
And then focus on lifting your chest up, pulling your belly button in. You should find that you can still keep a good bit of air and like do small breaths, but without having your belly distend, essentially. All right. try that one more time. Let's actually play with that really quickly. So 1, 2, 3, small inhale, 4, good, hold there, 6, and then just small breaths as you need. 8, lift your chest tall, 10, 11, 12. That's way better. That's way better. Right. That's how we're gonna run it. Okay. That'll just help you.
So you got to work on the baby breathing. You got.
Yeah. Baby breath is gonna be good. Okay?
Maybe one baby breath every 3 seconds with a full exhale and a reset vacuum. Then it's probably less visible. All right.
Yeah. In essence, that'll be great.
All right. That's how I'll do it. Because I can't hold my breath for fucking 30 seconds straight. There's no way.
That's okay, because most people shouldn't be able to by that point unless they're like a damn marathon athlete. All right. Let's let me check one thing here. Yeah, I'm happy with what I'm seeing here. This looks good. Any questions on what we're doing?
No, I think we're good. I'm gonna work on timing out those last 6 poses on the routine so that I stretch up all 90 seconds. Because I was consistently at 54, but the posing had nothing to do with the music. And I'd rather hit cues at dramatic points than worry about if this is 3 seconds and that's 3 seconds. This could be 4 seconds and that could be 2 seconds. And if it's dramatic, fuck it, we should just do that.
Let's hit or actually no, I'm happy with this part. Yeah, we're good to go here then. Take this, lock this down, and then Thursday we're going to get right back into it, keep doing what we're doing. We're going to focus a little harder on conditioning Thursday so that we continue to build and do it.
Do you want to do conditioning first next time? That way I'm loosened up.
We'll do it after mandatories, but before routines is what I'm thinking. All right?
All right, cool. All right. I found that the routine wears me out for endurance, but if I do endurance, then routine is easy.
That makes sense. Cool. It'll kind of warm me up that way.
All right, cool.
All right, I'll see you Thursday, sir.
See you Thursday. He really worked on that quad in the beginning, and that was an issue. And I don't know if my hamstrings were a mess before, but I mean, if I'm at 50% perfect, like sometimes the pose is right, sometimes it's not. But within 4 weeks, it'll be like 90% or more. And that's the thing is people are like, oh, you're way behind with the posing. It's like, not necessarily, because once you have everything dialed in and you've got the exact poses you want and the routine you want, then practicing them is way easier, and then it goes really quick. If you really focus on things that are wrong, and then you have to change it, now you're swimming upstream. So it's better to take 8 to 10 weeks and figure out exactly what you want things to look like. And like today, there's some bad habits that we're peeking through, but those aren't consistently bad habits. It's just like, but like a lot of it is to be sequence tuning. So big toe down, leg lift, hips back, external rotation. If you don't have the sequence, you just do like 2 of them and you forget the other 2. So until you go boom, 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 and every time, then you eventually, if you do it 100 times, it just does it on its own and doesn't get cued anymore. But if you don't have the sequence of which order, big toe down, hips back, a kick out, and then external rotate, if you don't have the sequence, you're fucked. So I'm preparing my meal too. I'm making the tuna meal because that's what I'm craving. Even though it's not that day, I will work it out mathematically later. The only thing that's different is I can use more rice cakes and make it less tuna per rice cake ratio and turn this into a high day meal, no problem. All right, so as some of you might think that was particularly anal, the way I made the last meal, you have no idea. Because this one is even more complicated. Like, how do you make tuna complicated? I know how to make everything complicated. All right, so the tuna is in its pre-phase. All right, for this much tuna, I do 8 cranks of salt. 12-ounce can is 56 grams of protein. That's 8. Then I'm going to use onion, not garlic. Because it's seafood, I'm using a lot of parsley because it gives it that seaweed type of texture that you would get and flavor that you would get from sushi. Alright. Now, you've got Dijon mustard and mayo. I like to go 18 grams with the Dijon mustard. It's honey Dijon, my bad. Oh, I went a little over, 26. Oh well. And this, gotta be precise, because this has got fat in it. This is 45 grams of this. Provides 10 grams of fat. Technically you're supposed to use like olive oil or whatever, but it doesn't come out right. Close enough. Alright, we got this done. Now this is going to be not perfect, and there's a trick to make this better. Ideally, I like to make the tuna so good that I could eat it without the rice cakes and without hot sauce. That just using mayo alone won't do it. Just using salt and mayo won't do it. Just using salt, mayo, and Dijon won't do it. There's something missing. And what I found that was missing, just like not using salt, it's missing something. What I found is to make every meal right, it has to have 3 things. There has to be some type of sugar, even if it's just a couple grams. It has to have some salt in there, and it has to have some type of fat in everything you eat. If it doesn't have those 3 things, you can't really make it its best. And it doesn't take a lot. It could be 1 or 2 grams of sugar, 2 to 5 grams of fat, and maybe some salt. Makes everything better. Even, diet pop. If you don't put a non-nutritive sweetener and salt, it's not going to be right. It doesn't have to have fat in pop, of course. But low-fat ice cream is a million times better than fat-free ice cream. Just a little bit of these things, salt, sugar, and fat, make everything way better. That's why chefs put butter on everything. That's why restaurants have sugar on everything. So to put the sweetness in, this is like 1 gram of sugar. And this adds a little bit more depth to it. And now no one will be able to taste the mustard. If you didn't know what I put in it, you'd be like, this is delicious. You wouldn't know what's in it. You wouldn't know there's onion. You wouldn't know there was salt. You wouldn't know there was parsley unless you saw it. You wouldn't know there was any Thai chili sauce. You wouldn't know there was any mustard. You wouldn't taste any one thing. It would just taste delicious. And that's the idea, is you don't want people to be able to tell what's in the food. You just want them to say that I want to have it here every time. That's why McDonald's puts sugar in their chicken breasts and sugar in their buns. That's why McDonald's tastes better than everyone else. And the oils they use, McDonald's relative to Burger King, it's less fat than Burger King by a huge margin on all their food, so you get hungrier faster and you eat more. If you hit someone with a big gut bomb right off the gate, they're not going to be able to eat again. Their pancreas is just going to be, not their pancreas, their gallbladder is just going to squeeze, and they're going to be like, ugh, this is too heavy. The adjective heavy means there's too much fat in it. The adjective rich means there's too much sugar in it. So you don't ever want to have the food be heavy or rich. There's a fine line between decadent and heavy and rich. Again, an example would be Lebanese food versus Persian food. Lebanese food is very heavy and rich when it comes to the garlic. It's like a lot of garlic usually. It's very flavorful, but it's overpowering, and it kind of burns your tongue, and you also get full before you've even finished the meal. Persian food. For some reason, it's not like that. Maybe it's just here in Metro Detroit, the Lebanese foods I've had versus the Persian foods I've had. Same thing with Turkish food. Turkish food is not heavy. Greek food is heavy. Turkish food is not heavy. It's weird. So this is what the tuna looks like. All right. This is empty. Completed shell casings go here. And then we get out some. I'm not planning on having the whole meal before the IV, but I want to have the meal ready to go. I want to take the edge off my hunger right now before the nurse gets here, Ray. And then when I've got the IV in me, I'll be able to start eating my meal. Because just sitting there and having nothing to do for 45 minutes sucks. So, each one of these is 7 carbs. Perfect. I have options. I'm going to start with the green sauce. Do 1 drop. Spread that out a little bit. You're like, this is ridiculous. No. It makes, if you're eating the same thing 4 times a day for 6 days in a row, having other options is great. We usually start with the low spice first. Because when you start with high spice first, you're not going to taste much. And then I usually go to the sriracha. That was perfect. A little bit on the spicy side. Then this one, this is exquisite. This is the black truffle. It's a little bit more sodium than the other ones, but it's also very mild spice. So depending on how you made it, if you went a little too salty, use the low salty ones. If you didn't put in enough of the Thai chili sauce and it's not spicy base, then you could use spicier sauces. That was perfect. So this is what I'm going to do until the nurse gets here.
That's the one I'm going to go for right there. Okay, cool. Okay, today we're going to have a performance bag today. And with that is with 200 milligrams of glutathione. We have also ascorbic acid, which is vitamin C. I got 500 milligrams of vitamin C with this one today. Also with the complex B, that's with B complex, which is B6, B3s, and I also have B12 in this one.
And NAD plus.
And NAD plus.
How much NAD plus?
So that's 100 milligrams.
And you said 2,000 milligrams of glutathione?
200, yeah.
Only 200?
2,000.
2,000.
Yes, 2,000. Let's
Like,
redo that.
That's the only thing that matters is the
Yeah.
glutathione.
Yeah.
All right.
Run back.
Yeah, no problem. Okay, today, so we have a performance bag today. And with that bag is mixed with 2,000 milligrams of glutathione, also with vitamin C, which is ascorbic acid. We have 500 milligrams with this one. Amino acids, and your complex Bs. That's B12, B6, and B3s. Okay. Yeah, we'll just clean the area.
You gonna do that or something?
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, let me rotate.
Yeah, just want you to be comfortable.
Well, I need you to get it done. Then I'll get comfortable after it's in.
Okay. Get your tiger derm ready. I like how my nurses leave me the pink gloves. Okay, perfect. Actually, I can just hold it, that's fine. And where?
That's okay.
Okay, count of 3. 1, 2. 1, 2, and 3. We're in. Hold on a second. Where's that flash? Hold on. Give me a second here. You okay? Okay, there it is. I think we're getting the flag. Okay. Had a flash.
Let's just do the calf.
Yeah. Usually I can get it. Sorry about that. I can cut that.
Am I gonna be able to put my leg down this time? Because having it up for 45 minutes is really hard.
Yeah.
Okay.
Great. Hold on. Come on, give me a Well, I'm being Becky today. All right. Just leave it right there. All right. I have to go up a little higher. Sorry about that.
Can you see? Do you want me to open this curtain?
I can see it. We're gonna go with the baby. Okay, so we'll go up a little higher. All right. There it is. Got it. Okay, there it is. There it goes. See Beethoven? Is it okay? You feel great?
I don't understand what you're asking me.
You feel okay?
I don't care if I feel okay. I need to know if this is in.
Okay.
I don't understand the question.
I'm
Are you
not saying that
okay?
you're just feeling okay.
But what does that
Your
mean?
calf, everything feels okay?
I don't understand what the question
I'm
is.
saying you don't feel no pain or nothing.
Oh, I feel pain.
Okay.
I've been feeling pain like this whole time. Excruciating pain. I just want this IV to work.
Yeah, let's see here. I'm feeling like it.
Okay, now I can feel the IVs in.
Yeah, me too. Yep, I can see it too. Good.
It feels cold
Yeah.
inside my leg.
Okay. Okay. Sorry about the couple swipes there.
Around it all.
Huh? Okay. Well, for him, it's because it sucked
Oh,
getting
sure.
poked.
Yeah.
So, what else going on? Nothing.
Nothing else.
Yeah. Let me get that out of your
Can,
face.
can I move this leg down?
Yeah, let's see how that works. Yeah, you're good. Yep, you're good.
So, which are you more sad about? Ozzy, Malcolm Jamal Warner, or Hulk Hogan?
Well, that's a good one. Well, I would say, because of the business I'm in, I would say Hulk Hogan would be one.
Why is that
Well,
sadder?
it's just, as I was growing up, it was one of the, as heroes, when I was a young kid, and, you always look up to Hulk Hogan. Ozzy was a great, musician. I mean, the guy's been around for eons, and, left some really good music, and and then the Cosby Kid. Well, he, it's kind of a great actor, but I think he would be the least of my.
I thought he drowned trying to save his daughter.
He did.
So I would say that's the saddest.
I would say that's the saddest, but the one that's most touches home is probably Hulk Hogan.
Okay.
Yeah. What about you?
How did Hulk Hogan die?
Well, they said it was cardiac arrest, right?
But so I would say that what did you ask me? Which one I think is the saddest? Malcolm Jamal.
Well, you said Malcolm. I would, and
That's the saddest.
yeah, I agree with you on that, especially for how he passed away. It wasn't like a natural cause or anything like that, but yeah.
And what did you say was the cause of death for Hulk Hogan?
They said it was a cardiac arrest.
But all death is cardiac arrest. If you
Well,
got eaten by a shark, your heart stops
That
beating.
was it. So
That's not that means like we're not going to tell you.
Natural causes.
There's no such thing as natural causes.
That's what they're putting on their on the autopsy. No, it's crazy.
There's
Well,
a-
didn't he have neck surgery right after?
That probably makes more sense. So
I would say-
it's a complication of surgery. But they don't want to say that because then that makes the doctor open for a lawsuit.
Lawsuit. Yeah.
So it's just a coincidence that he just happened to have a heart attack after his surgery.
Well, he was after 3 weeks? He was kind of bedridden. That's what I heard, right? Or after the surgery.
Right. So
Yeah.
couldn't possibly be the surgery.
No, but who knows?
You don't need your neck.
Yeah.
There's nothing important in there like carotid arteries.
Right.
Like, I don't know, you stroked out into a part of the brain that controls vagal nerve, and then you
Well,
don't
he
have a
wasn't-
functional heart.
Wasn't he he had some problems walking there? So there's some neurological stuff going on. I remember reading.
So that's frustrating.
Yeah.
Then, like, Ozzy knew he was dying, and they told him he won't survive this concert today anyway.
Yeah.
So I would say the most heroic death would be Malcolm Jamal Warner,
Exactly.
then Ozzy's.
Yeah.
Saddest death would be Malcolm Jamal Warner, then Hulk Hogan's.
No Hogan's.
Which is the biggest loss?
Oh, that's a good question.
We will have a two-parter. Who's more influential to American culture and who's more potential influence?
Well, I would say Malcolm, his career was starting to kick off again in that new program that he was in.
What new program?
Where he was playing in.
I don't know.
Where he was a lawyer.
Oh.
I forget the.
Anyways, he was an actor and he had a new show.
He was starting. His career was starting to bounce back. I would say, for him, because he was younger than
He had more
Hulk,
potential.
and more potential. Yeah.
Because Hulk wasn't going to be doing anything else.
No, I mean.
And Ozzy was still doing stuff.
Right.
So, I don't know. I think the Prince of Darkness invented heavy metal.
Yes.
So that means that Ozzy, even though it wasn't the first heavy metal, because Iron Butterfly and 68 or Deep Purple with Smoke on the Water, but Ozzy was sitting in front of the movie The Shining, and he's
Yeah.
like, people pay to get the shit scared out of them,
Yeah.
but there's no scary music.
Right.
So the heavy metal sound started with Deep Purple and Iron Butterfly, but it wasn't scary. So the horror music started with Black Sabbath.
Black Sabbath.
And then Tommy cut his finger on his last day at the steel mill, so he had to down tune to E flat, or drop D actually. And that's what created the tone. And he used the tritone, which was forbidden. You could never use the tritone, because it was supposed to be the 3 notes you needed to summon the demon, to summon the devil. So they used all their music was with fifths, which are tritones, 1-5-1. So between the 1-5-1, the drop D tuning, and Ozzy's goal of making horror music, That's really what started metal in 1970 with the original Black Sabbath album. Hulk Hogan pretty much was the Arnold of pro wrestling. Nobody knew, there's no bigger pro wrestler than Hulk Hogan, and prior to Hulk Hogan, no one knew what pro wrestling was.
I would say he mimicked himself off of Billy Graham. I think he
Was that a pro wrestler?
Yeah, he was a pro wrestler. He was like the Hulk Hogan of that era, you know. But wrestling wasn't as big until
Till Hulk Hogan.
until Hulk Hogan and then who's the chairperson?
McMahon.
McMahon, yeah. So McMahon, the son, took it over, and that's when WWF really took off, and they bought all the other competition out. So it was a great era.
Double
Great
CW.
Yeah.
And then the World Wildlife Federation took
yeah.
WWF, so they had to change it to WWE.
Yeah.
It's so stupid. Like, it's not in the same venue. There's no reason why they can't both be WWF.
I was just talking to.
And also, they can't possibly have more money. How could the World Wildlife Federation? Probably because it was a non-profit, so it got priority over a profit.
Over the profit, yeah.
So I would say that Ozzy had the biggest contribution to mankind.
And then
But if you don't like metal, then which is more popular, pro wrestling or metal? I'm going to say metal now.
I would
Metal's
say-
more popular now than it's ever been before.
right, just before that, yeah. Like if you go back, it's say 10, 15 years, I would say wrestling was.
Right.
Yeah.
But thanks to Lorna Shore and Slaughter to Prevail, metal is becoming huge. And then they've got bands like Sleep Token, and there's a bunch of bands with girls in them.
Yeah.
That girls, like Spirit Box or something like that, but girls, not little girls, like 8-year-old girls, listen to metal. So, Ginger. So it's not my cup of tea, but it's still cool that it's getting girls into metal.
Right.
And because I didn't like that metal was a male only thing. Because if you go to a metal concert, all the girls are basically either with their boyfriends or they're nasty. So more girls is a higher probability of how
We
girls
had
are metal.
what? We had like Joan Jett and
Yeah, that's
was
not
Alita
metal.
Ford, and that was
Lita Ford was metal, but it was
Yeah.
hair metal.
fair metal.
It's not really the same thing. That's corporate glam shit. But like, I think that to me, Ozzy had, even though I wasn't a Black Sabbath fan, you wouldn't have anything I like without Black Sabbath.
Right.
If there was no pro wrestling, would it have any impact on my life whatsoever? No. When I was a kid, I liked Hulk Hogan
Right.
and Coco Beware and the Iron Sheik and all that stuff. But
Yeah.
by the time I realized, once I found out wrestling was fake, I didn't like it anymore.
Yeah.
I didn't give a shit about it.
Well, I think that and when UFC got involved, like
Who?
UFC.
Oh, yeah, that never appealed to me either.
No, really.
No, because when I got involved, it was the beginning,
Mm-hmm.
so it was jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
And everyone was finding out jiu-jitsu was badass, so I started doing Gracie jiu-jitsu. And then it's like, all right, like, that's all there is to it.
Right.
And then it started being like, you had to do Thai boxing. And I was like, what's the point of even standing fighting? You just Hoist proved, take him to the ground and you win. It's all jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
And every UFC fight, pretty much, if they don't get a knockout and it ends up on the ground, it's all jiu-jitsu. So close the distance, shoot, and then it's just jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, I just saw Ron Simmons, and we were just talking about that too. About Hulk Hogan passing away. He was in town with John Simmons, and he said the same thing. How the federation and everything has started to go, into a different direction. He, in essence, with every generation that goes through. So, and then you're going to see, new things going with like UFCs. I got a couple fighters that I handle too, and professionals, and they the new rules are changing and everything. There's more politics more involved into it now more. So.
Yeah, I just don't give a shit.
I know.
I couldn't care less.
Okay, so who's your favorite bodybuilder?
Right now,
Yeah.
excuse me, I would say I'm really impressed with how Patrick Moore looked this weekend.
Yeah.
Patrick Moore looked fucking amazing. There is that Asian guy too, the bald-headed Asian guy.
Mm-hmm.
He looked amazing. I thought Quentin should have won for sure. I would have, if it was me who ranked it, I would have had Quentin as 1, Patrick Moore as 2, and that Asian dude as 3.
That's how I had
And then Justin Shire as 4, and then I would have had John Jewett probably as 5. And then people are like, you don't even have the guy who won in the top 5? I'm like, no, because I think Jordan's got great muscle bellies, and he's got good conditioning, but I don't like his shape.
Yeah.
He's got the rectus abdominis. He's got the diastasis recti and has no midsection control. So to me, that's a huge injury.
Yeah.
Like that's like missing a delt or missing a pec is having diastasis recti.
So what do you think of Nick Walker this year? Think he's
Nick
gonna-
doesn't have a diastasis recti. He just has a big midsection.
Yeah.
So it's not like it's a distorted midsection. He still has abs. It's not like it's a hernia, like he needs major surgery. It's just like, okay, Nick doesn't have a perfect midsection.
Right.
That's a totally different story.
So what would your classic be? Your like going from
To my
back to
member,
the '70s all the way from now.
I don't care about that time period.
You don't.
I only care about modern.
Modern.
Because Patrick Moore is better than anyone from the 70s.
I have to agree.
Patrick Moore is better than anyone from the 80s. Patrick Moore is better than anyone from the 90s. So this whole thing that that was better in the classic or is better in the 90s, they're fucking retarded. That there's just you're looking at the top 5 in the open, and you're not looking at the other 10 or 15 guys who have shape. They're just not mass monsters. They're too big for classic, but they're not big enough to win because waist and glutes aren't prioritized as heavily. I'd like to see him up against someone like Derek or Samson. They didn't even put him up against Quentin.
I think Samson's one of the best bodybuilders I've seen.
Right.
This overall, and look, everything, and a good ambassador too.
What is that?
I'm gonna give you a little more. I'm gonna give you 750 milliliters of
Sailing?
saline. Yeah.
Okay.
It made you feel better last time, didn't it?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, great pump, didn't you?
Yeah, I did. My chest filled out really well with that extra water. Dude, I could not believe how good Patrick looked. It was just mind blowing. Because Justin Shire had my favorite physique
Yeah.
going into the show,
And then
seeing him next
Like
to
a
Patrick,
conversation,
I'm like,
yeah.
holy shit! Justin looks great, but Patrick looks incredible.
Who's your favorite '90s bodybuilder?
Probably Kevin Levrone
Yeah,
or
that's
Sean Ray.
I think Kevin LeBron was.
No, what am I talking about? Lee Priest.
Lee Priest? Yeah.
Not Lee Labrada, Lee Priest.
Yeah.
Lee Priest was my favorite.
If he just had a better back, I think he would have.
That's a good point. I never noticed that was the hole.
Yeah. His back detail just needed a little more. But everything else, the guy was just phenomenal.
Yeah,
Yeah, he was phenomenal.
it just I could not understand how they judged that show. That who is it in fourth? Bruno?
Bruno was, yeah.
I don't know how he was what the fuck? How did he beat Patrick? It made no sense at all.
Who's the head judge?
Tyler.
Was it Tyler?
Yeah, I've never seen Tyler. I've never disagreed with Tyler as much as I did that show.
Weinstein was there too, wasn't he?
I don't think he's involved.
He wasn't involved in that one?
No. That Tyler's been head judge for a long time now. Unless it's the Olympia, I don't think Steve's head judge.
Okay. You ever hit any fit expos or anything? No.
I usually don't go to shows unless I'm in them, unless it's the Detroit Pro.
Yeah. So what do you think of that one? You think that one's going to be growing?
Yeah, it's the only one with a black background. It's the best show in the world right now.
Yeah.
It exploded between the first and the second year. I can't believe Tampa doesn't. All of them don't do black backgrounds.
Mm-hmm.
Like Tim Gardner, he does almost half the shows it seems, and none of his shows have a black background. I don't understand what the incentive is to having a colorful background.
Yeah, it fades you away. So
I mean, it's certainly for prejudging.
yeah,
Why would you do that?
that's a good point. Weight training today.
And Monday's my rest day.
Respect.
That's why I do all this stuff on Monday.
Nice.
It's my only moderate carb day, and
Yeah.
it's my rest day. So it's my refueling day.
Gotcha. How's your shoulders feeling in the back?
It was a lot better this week. It started feeling like shit Saturday, but I stretched it out and foam rolled it really good. And by the end of the workout, it was better.
It was better.
And then yesterday, it felt great. And it didn't even really wake me up at night like it normally does. And when I went to actually like do some vacuums and stretch, my left side was tighter than my right.
Oh, wow.
Because I'd been over rolling the right. So now I got to roll both of them. Which I know you're always supposed to do something to both sides. But if you're putting out a fire, a raging inferno on the right side, and there's not even smoke coming from the left side, you don't even think you're why stop putting the raging inferno out on the right until it's out. Then you can go check on the left. So today there was no fire on the right and that was tight on the left. So I was like, okay, cool. We finally crossed the point to where the right side's less bad than the left.
Yeah.
I've returned it to baseline and then made advancement. Now it's time to advance both of them. Yeah, my quad training is totally different than it used to be. It's not weight focused at all. And, I posed for someone who saw me for several years straight, and she was like, your legs didn't get smaller. It's just your upper body is so much bigger. You feel like your legs are smaller. So hopefully with the new techniques and 3 times a week training and it being injury free right now, I'll be able to put some size on these quads.
You look like you're filling out more now. I can see it.
With the bag?
Yeah, with the bag. You can see it in your shoulders pumping out.
Yeah.
Do you feel like feeling like you're filling out?
I feel like I need a nap. I've been going strong since 8 in the morning. I mean, yes, we're sitting here talking, but until you came in, I really had not stopped moving.
Really?
I did cardio, cooked food, ate,
Yeah.
posed, foam rolled, called patients, and shot 11 reels, 11 short form videos.
That's amazing.
Then cooked again, ate.
Yeah.
Now we're doing this. So yeah, I haven't really stopped working since 8 this morning. Well, I think most people, their first hour is the least productive hour of the day. Whereas like mine is like the day starts like you're shot out of a cannon.
So what time do you wake up in the morning?
Whenever I wake up, and then I get to where all the hardest shit for the day happens is right when I wake up.
Gotcha. And then usually you train right around about what?
Usually after I wake up, I've got my shots, my pills, cardio, posing, meal 1, then I go to the gym and train for 3 hours. And then I have cardio again, then I pose again, then I come home and eat again, and then I have patients to deal with. And then after that I eat again, and then I pretty much stop looking at my phone, and I have like 2 or 3 hours to relax and watch TV before I eat my final meal and go to bed.
And then all over again.
Right.
Gotcha.
So most people's their day starts off easy. They get to drive to work,
Right.
and then when they get to work, it's work. Then they get a lunch. Then it's work. Then they leave work and they have to deal with traffic on the way home. And then when they get home, it's done. Or they have a family, and so they have the stress and the workload of dealing with a family when they get home.
So what do you feel that you're right now that you feel like you got to work on right now for
Posing,
posing?
midsection control.
Okay.
There's little tweaks in my posing, which are imperfect. Like it's not that I don't know what to do. I don't have the sequence down. Whereas it's like, if there's 42 different muscles you have to fire in a certain order to make the pose look perfect, I don't have the order. So I just put myself in the pose, and then I run a diagnostic to see is everything in check, and then I fix the things that aren't in check. If I simply ran through the routine of every pose from the start, it'd be flawless every time.
So are you, what music are you going to post to?
It's hard to say the name of the band because it's Synthetia or something like that. It's extremely heavy deathcore. The Dearest Era is the track.
Gotcha. So now, did they give you a little more time for your posing as a pro now?
Yeah.
So what
You get like 90 seconds to 2 minutes.
That's what I thought. Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know with as many shows as I'm doing, I'm not going to have a different routine for every show.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to have a 90-second routine.
Okay.
Yeah. Because after 90 seconds, it's boring anyway.
Right.
So I've got basically the first 70 seconds put together. And so rather than adding extra poses, I'm just going to slow them down
Gotcha.
and do the same poses, just hold each pose longer.
So do you like the classic posing more than
It's the same
the
posing.
same? Yeah.
Yeah, they made it clear that classic is scored the exact same way as bodybuilding. It's just whether you make weight for classic or not.
Gotcha.
So it's like, is your waist small? Do you have hair? Do you make the weight cut off? Then you can do classic. If you don't, then you have to do bodybuilding. I mean, yes, bodybuilding has all the poses. It does classics, a truncated posing list, which is kind of weak, but the poses I'm not as good. The classic poses are my better poses.
Gotcha.
With the exception of most muscular, which is my best pose. The 2 lat spreads are not great poses on me. And my side tricep is not great compared to my side chest. So my second through sixth best pose is my classic ones. I lose my best pose and I lose my 2 worst poses with classic.
Well, you got to come for in September. Let's see, how many weeks are you out? 3?
I'm not even going to be here in September.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, so we got to make a. Come on in and we'll put you in a float tank at least. We can do a film there if you want.
Oh,
Try that.
I don't really see a point in that.
No, it does relax. It does. So we have Epsom salt in it. It's what else we got in here? Epsom salt. We have eucalyptus. So it is relaxing. I give it that. And it does also lower cortisol too because of the
I
relaxation.
just find it hard to believe that sitting still and accomplishing nothing for an entire hour
Oh, magnesium.
would relax me.
And the
I
magnesium.
think that would stress me the fuck out.
Really,
As
that would?
losing an hour, yeah.
Yeah,
I don't want to lose an hour.
gotcha.
I didn't accomplish anything in that hour.
That's true.
Yeah.
What are you doing for anything? Are you doing any type of cryotherapy or are you doing anything? No, nothing. Ice baths?
No.
No.
I hate that shit. I hate extreme temperatures. I don't know why anyone would do that stuff.
It's killer. It is.
The emotional stress it would put you through can't possibly be canceled out by whatever minuscule benefit it does to you.
Right.
Unless it's like, I need to prove something to myself that I can do something horrible. Then I would be like, well, why don't you pose?
Right.
Like none of these POSs who are like, I like to do something hard.
Right.
It's like, well, fucking pose
Right. For 90 minutes.
for 30 minutes. Give me 30 minutes of posing. If you want to suffer, fucking pose. Like all these bitches, they say they're bodybuilders. Like, bitch, all you do is lift weight. You don't even fucking diet and pose. Shut the fuck up. You're not a bodybuilder. The posing's the hardest part. They just think posing's gay. It's like, I don't give a fuck what it looks like.
Right.
It's harder than everything else you could possibly do.
Right. Especially if having that muscle and mind connection to all the muscles.
I'm just talking about the not breathing. You know, like you're holding your breath for like 60 seconds straight
Yeah.
with tiny little suffocation breaths.
Well, plus you're doing all those vacuum.
Right, the vacuums,
You know?
and you're posing, and it's so much perfection that goes into it, and you have to time it, and you have to smile. No. Posing is so much harder than lifting, it's so much harder than dieting. The only time that dieting is hard is if you've nothing to do. If you're so not busy that you have nothing to do but think about how hungry you are, or you have to interact with people that have feelings. Then when you're not patient with them because you're hungry, they get butt sore because they're little bitches.
Well, I have somebody that when you get back from your next show, the show after this one, there's going to be a couple new pros we'll sit down and talk to.
Okay. About what?
Protocols.
Oh, okay.
You know,
Like, to be funny, if I made a LinkedIn profile that was just everything an employer doesn't want to see, instead of like problem solver, problem creator, like extremely unreliable, has no intention of showing up on time,
Did you get any
overvalues your work.
Did you
its
get any
worth.
hits?
No, that'd be awesome. If I made a fake LinkedIn with like a picture of someone else
Right.
and made up a fake name and just wrote everything an employer doesn't want to see on the LinkedIn and then sent out. That's got to be fun.
Yes.
That's nice. Thank you. That was so less painful than it going in.
I hope it was.
That one was bad. The first two weren't so bad. That one was horrible. One of these days I'll get another glutathione test to see how well this did, but we've been doing this for what, 3 weeks now?
Yeah, is it 3 weeks?
Yeah. So I figure after 4 weeks that'll be 2 half-lives of GGT. In theory it should be down from 202 to like 50 if it was 100% effective. If all the trauma was reduced, then and the GGT was doing.
Plus what you're taking too.
Well, if we
Yeah.
were taking nothing, if it was all the trauma was reduced to nothing, then it would go from 200 to 50. So if this is actually reducing the load of the stress on the liver, then we would see a great reduction in 4 weeks.
Well, I know that every time I see you're getting leaner every day or every week. You're looking good.
So is that implying that
Oops.
the liver is working? Because there's this myth that if your liver is damaged, you can't lose fat.
That's one of the myths.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and then how's your energy feeling at this point? I know it's, I know
It depends if I take my L-carnitine and MOTS-C.
Okay.
That's where my energy comes from. And if I do fasted cardio, if I don't do fasted cardio, I'm fucked.
So are you taking methylated with, no?
What?
Are you taking a methylated B12 with that, or?
No.
No.
Why?
Well, it's, don't you feel like the effects of the red cells affect with that? No? Okay.
I don't know. I'm not a hematologist.
Okay.
I don't know much about it. But whatever B12 is in that bag is the B12 I got.
Gotcha. Plus,
Or what's in my meat.
yeah, I was gonna say you're still having red meat, right?
No.
No?
I never have red meat. So I've got low iron and we talked about this last time.
Yeah.
I've got low iron and
Yeah.
low ferritin saturation, and Dr. Dean thinks that means the liver's dying, and I was like, or it's because I don't eat iron at all. I have no red meat in my diet.
I think,
Because I had the same ferritin of 400 for the last 2 years, and then my GGT goes up. It's not like my GGT went up because my ferritin was high. There's no correlation at all. Yeah.
I think it's both.
I mean, I think it's a theory of his, and I just don't think it applies to me.
Yeah, I think it's both. I think it's both. I think it definitely.
I mean, something acute caused the GGT to go up. And if it wasn't the DHB, I don't know what the fuck it is, because that was the only thing that was new.
Here, let me see your shoulder, anyways. Okay, one more time. There it is. Yeah, it released.
All right, cool.
Did you feel a release?
No, but it feels so loose.
Yeah, that actually released.
My elbow didn't even hurt today or
I could
yesterday.
hear it.
Huh?
I could hear it.
Oh, really?
Oh, you did? Yeah. That actually, yeah, it wasn't as tight. Go ahead. Let's see in your back.
So, let me do it in this corner so both of you can see
Okay.
it.
That's not as bad as it was last week. All right, boss man.
All right, I will see you later, buddy.
All right.
So it's now 3:30. I have been working since the second I rolled out of bed at 8:15. So it is about 7 hours and 15 minutes of nonstop work. If you count cooking and eating as work, that is my day off. I haven't had to deal with patients today. I haven't had any administrative meetings with employees today. I haven't lifted today. This is my day off. This is my rest day. This is the day that's supposed to be recuperation. Normally, I would have had an extremely painful 90-minute massage, but the lady canceled today. So whenever you have other people in your life, expect to be disappointed. Expect people to let you down and not show up to their jobs because nobody has any work ethic or accountability anymore. And that on your rest day, as a pro bodybuilder, you have balls to the wall nonstop work. So normally I have phone calls the whole day. On top of my 3 hours of lifting and my hour of cardio and my 30 minutes of posing and the cooking, I also have 5 consults to do with patients. I have dozens of patients that are calling me to ask, how much GH do you pull out again? How do I reconstitute it? Because they can't divide 9 by 2. I mean 18 by 2. If there's 18 in the bottle and 2 a day is how much you use, then the bottle needs to last you 9 days. So you put something that's divisible by 9 in there and you pull out the integer. Nope. So all day, every day, it's endless phone calls. But not on this day. We lucked out. There's been only 3 phone calls today. 1 blood work review and 2 intelligent patients calling with intelligent questions. So it's relatively easy work day that I squeezed in off camera in between everything else because of doctor-patient confidentiality. But there's been no administrative meetings with employees. There's been no lifting. And it still was 7 hours of balls to the wall work. Now I can sit down and watch TV. And now Kai can put the fucking camera down. He didn't realize when he got here at 8 in the morning that it was going to be cameras up, filming for 7 hours fucking straight. I'm sure his arms are tired by now. So if this person shows up at all, and I don't think she's going to come, then great. If not, whatever. But extremely disappointed. I don't like being let down, especially when people are informed this is a special day because there will be a camera person here. That's fucked up. That is fucked up. When you know that I brought a camera person in to film you and then you don't show up. That is fucked up. Especially when you double and triple check with the person before you book the camera person. But that's what it takes. You have to deal with other people, and other people will always disappoint you. Nobody follows through. No one lives up to the expectations that they set. You think that I'm anal the way I make my tuna? You think that I'm anal the way I make my chicken? That's how meticulous I am when it comes to dealing with patients. Unlike other people, I am not a fuck up. If you see that I'm that good at making food, that's how good I am at making monsters and keeping dumb people alive. If you're a complete fucking retard and you're using steroids, I will keep you alive, which I can't say the same for anyone else. And you know how meticulous I am because you've watched this video. If we have any more content, we've got 2 more meals to film, but we may not have other content to do. Oh yeah, I shot 11 reels today, too. So that was some work that I squeezed in between working. All right, meal 3. Moving right along. After watching The Author, I'm now watching The Godfather. So, let's see how this one came out. It's made exactly like meal 1. Came out perfect this time. I cooked it for 12 minutes instead of 11. Gave it a little bit more crisp to the breading.